Good afternoon. First of all, I would like to thank to the organizers for having me here today. This is not the easiest moment of the day, but let's try to stay awake. So first of all, I would like to talk a little bit about what Veolia is. This one. Veolia is a leader company of the management of this is the world reference of the optimized management of the resources. But maybe it is better defined by a global company because it is present in all the countries, all the continents, sorry, and a very a big presence in Spain because it has 35 offices in Spain and more than 15,000 collaborators. Actually, we don't make much noise, but if you take a look at the numbers, you can see we are a leading company. At the global level, you can see we have 7 plants of methanization of waste. And I'm not talking about plants in which we have been participating or we have been the engineers of it, because we are the owners of these plants and we operate them. Also, we operate over 100 landfills, which is generating 2.8 terabytes per hour of biogas, and 7 of them is injecting biomethane to the grid, and there are many other projects ongoing. We have our own technology in order to treat for anaerobic treatment and digestate treatment and electrifying, for example, and also the biogas upgrading. Also, we have around 11 wastewater treatment plants in the municipality. In total, this group has already injected 159 gigabytes of biomethane per year. And in Spain, we have the treatment plant of organic matter in Mataró, and we are treating around 30,000 tons per year, and it generates 30 gigabytes per year. And an industrial level, also, we have 5 anaerobic reactors that is generating around 331 gigabytes per year, and also around 40 municipal wastewater treatment plants that is generating biogas. Why should we talk about digestate today? I would like to make you remember two numbers, 95 and 100. 95 because what it comes into the digestate, 95% of that amount, 95%, it goes out in the digestate form. And when we talk about 100,000 of tons, we know that there is 95,000 tons of digestate we can manage. So talking about the nitrates that goes into the digestate, it contains the same the digestate. I mean, for example, if I want to find a solution of the nitrate excess of the treatment of the slurry, I have to provide a treatment to the digestate. So if we take a look at the characteristics of a digestate, this is a part of a document of the biomass organization in Germany. You can see that it's a little bit low here, but if we talk about 10 or 12% of solid matter, we talk about the digestate is mostly water. So I see that you are a little bit surprised with that, right? But I did that intentionally. I call digestate as a fertilizer or as a fuel because it's a good fertilizer with good quality, but it's a lot of water in there. So with a approximate cost of 3 or 0.3 or 0.4 euros per ton per kilometer, the benefit of the economical benefit of the digestate as a fertilizer is nulled by the cost of the transport, talking about 30 to 50 kilometers. So the number is estimated depending on the price of the diesel and the gas, but more or less I can say that that's the price or the economical cost. So Of course, some people say, I want to separate the solid fraction because I can transport that easily, but what should we do with the liquid fraction? Actually, it still is being 95% of what it went into the digest state, and still is also 95% of the nitrate. So when actually talk about giving a solution to the slurry, to the nitrate surplus, we are talking about what kind of treatment we should provide to this liquid fraction, to this digestate. I used also here the scheme of this German Association of Biogas that is collecting all the possible solutions, and they have their own drying technology, but we're not talking about that because that technology is associated most part of that to the cogeneration. So it will incentive the biogas projects as a low generation, as the sexist one, with the surplus heating, with the leftover heating, is using the vaporization heating to dry the slurry, and we can eliminate that liquid fraction. But today I'm going to focus on two possible solutions that we have seen improved and we operate in other parts of the world. There is the electrifying and the ammonium stripping. I'm not going to talk much about how it works, but at the end, the electrification is a technology that is going to turn the nitrates in nitrogen. So we have in another levels that we are treating 2 million of these liquid, but not only digestate or slurry, but also matter from landfill. In Spain, we have a reference, for example, in Mataró, where you can find this electrification system technology, and it converts that in the air nitrogen. And another option, it can be possible because you have to load the nitrates, but also the organic matter, and in that way you need a filtering technology. It's not an added complex, because as a group we can say that we have seen, we always prefer to use the water, electrified water, for example, as for watering crops, for example. And this allows to lower the OPEX, but it's a little bit more complex to operate. Sorry, the nitrification. I would like to highlight this model that is having an impact in different countries. We have seen that in France, for example, they would like a lot. This is the nitrification process that is decentralized. There are many projects that is posing the idea that we have too much slurry to treat in one plant. So that means that is to transport water that is concentrated in just one place and generates maybe some issue with overuse of water. So the decentralized model is promoting, it's based, in a separation of the phases with the exportation of the solid fraction, since it is methanation decentralized, and also use this part to use the water for watering crops. So one of the costs is the electricity consumption. We can use that with photovoltaic irradiation, but of course it requires some CAPEX aid, because it comes with a cost. And another solution we have practiced in other countries, it is the ammonium stripping. That means to evaporate the ammonium and to generate ammonium sulfur, which has some value in the market. And as you can see, it looks simple, but actually this is a a chemical process which needs an exact process of the process. So it's not about generating a product that you can sell, but in this case, to generate this product, you have to generate a very high quality with a very precise conditions, which also has some consumption of electricity and heat. And this is clear that it's not it doesn't fit in the small plants, but for large-scale plants. Here you can see two pictures of the facilities that we operate. The stripping tank, for example. As you can see, this is the OPE's estimation. It is around 10 euros per cubic meter. In other way, there's a product that we sell, we commercialize, we market, but okay, so I'm not going to talk much more, but I would just like to remind you and make you clear 4 points. The digestate management is an essential pillar of any kind of methanation project, because this is the main topic here. And when there are other promoters coming to us, we always ask 3 questions. Is it insured? Yes. Okay. The gas injection? Yes. Okay. Those 2 points are very controlled. So the third part, what do you do with the digestate? And then is when the project starts to slow down, right? So actually, that's the topic. What do we do with the digestate? It's true that this is a high-value fertilizer, but for a local use, if you don't treat it, yeah, in a 30 or 50 kilometer radio can work, but for farther distances, it doesn't work. So, of course, for any alternative to this kind of use, it will require a chemical process which will be more fit to the wastewater treatment and waste treatment. And for any promoter, I think that's essential to work on that point from the earliest steps, early stages, because we are talking about cost. So you can save the cost if the gas sprays can give us the possibility of get some benefit. But if you first take a project and then later you treat the digestate, maybe it can work that project. So from my side, I'm done. So I will answer any question. Thank you very much.